All right, friends, happy early Halloween. And today we are going to be working on Room on the Broom. So what I would like you to do for your job today is listen to Room on the Broom one more time. It's coming up next. After you listen to it, I want you to take out all your tools. You're gonna need your sequencing, your puppets, your broom, and your setting. I want you to get them in order. As you're listening to the story, think about what the parts of the story are that you still need to practice. And then I want you to practice telling the story to yourself. I want you to practice telling it to somebody in your family, or you could tell it to your dog, or you could tell it to the mirror. And after you've practiced, we want you to make a video of your puppet show and retell it on Seesaw. So have your family member videotape you, and we can't wait to hear your retell. Room on the Broom, written by Julia Donaldson and illustrated by Axel Scheffler. Here's the title page, Room on the Broom. The witch had a cat and a hat that was black and long ginger hair in a braid down her back. How the cat purred and how the witch grinned as they sat on their broomstick and flew through the wind. But how the witch wailed and how the cat spat when the wind blew so wildly it blew off the hat. Down, cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the hat, but no hat could be found. Then out of the bushes, on thundering paws, there bounded a dog with the hat in his jaws. He dropped it politely, then eagerly said, as the witch pulled the hat firmly down on her head, I am a dog as keen as can be. Is there room on the broom for a dog like me? Yes, cried the witch, and the dog clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the fields and the forest they flew. The dog wagged his tail, and the stormy wind blew. The witch laughed out loud and held on to her hat, but away blew the bow from her braid just like that. Down, cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the bow, but no bow could be found. Then out of a tree, with an ear-splitting shriek, there flapped a green bird with a bow in her beak. She dropped it politely and bent her head low, then said, as the witch tied her hair in her braid in the bow, I am a bird as green as can be. Is there room on the broom for a bird like me? Yes, cried the witch, so the bird fluttered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the reeds and the rivers they flew. The birds shrieked with glee and the stormy wind blew. They shot through the sky to the back of beyond. The witch clutched her bow, but let go of her wand. Down, cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the wand, but no wand could be found. I see someone peeking here. Then all of a sudden, from out of a pond, leaped a dripping wet frog with a dripping wet wand. He dropped it politely, then said with a croak, as the witch dried the wand on a fold of her cloak, I am a frog, as clean as can be. Is there room on the broom for a frog like me? Yes, said the witch, so the frog bounded on. The witch tapped her broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the moors and the mountains they flew. The frog jumped for joy, and the broom snapped in two. Down fell the cat and the dog and the frog. Down they went tumbling into the bog. The witch's half broomstick flew into a cloud, and the witch heard a roar that was scary and loud. I am a dragon as mean as can be, and witch with French fries tastes delicious to me. No, cried the witch, flying higher and higher. The dragon flew after her, breathing out fire. Help, cried the witch, flying down to the ground. She looked all around, but no help could be found. The dragon drew near with his glint in his eye and said, just this once I'll have witch without fries. But just as he planned to begin on his feast, from out of the ditch rose a horrible beast. It was tall, dark, and sticky, and feathered and furred. It had 4 frightful heads. It had wings like a bird. And its terrible voice when it started to speak was a yowl and a growl and a croak and a shriek. It dripped and it squelched and it strode from the ditch. And it said to the dragon, buzz off! That's my witch! The dragon drew back and he started to shake. I'm sorry, he spluttered. I made a mistake. It's nice to have met you, but now I must fly. And he spread out his wings and was off through the sky. Then down flew the bird and down jumped the frog. Down climbed the cat and phew, said the dog. And thank you, oh thank you, the grateful witch cried. Without you, I'd be in the dragon's inside. Then she filled up her cauldron and said with a grin, find something, everyone, throw something in. So the frog found a lily, the cat found a cone, the bird found a twig, and the dog found a bone. They threw them all in, and the witch stirred them well, and while she was stirring, she muttered a spell. Iggity, ziggity, zaggity, zoom. Then out rose the truly most magnificent broom, with seats for the witch and the cat and the dog, a nest for the bird, and a pool for the frog. Yes, cried the witch, and they all clambered on. The witch tapped her broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Beginning, middle, and end to help us retell. And remember, retell is to tell the story again in your own way. So we read Room on the Broom, and we know the story, but the author told it in their words, and we're going to tell it in our words. So you're going to need your sequencing, you're going to need your broom, all your puppets, and your setting. So take all the parts out of your bag, and you're going to set your setting up just like I did. You're going to have your sequencing in front of you because this is going to remind you what happens in the story. And I'm going to set my puppets up so they're ready to retell. So I have my broom. The first thing that happens is the witch and the cat are there. So I'm going to have the witch, I'm going to lay the witch right there. So I remember that there was a witch on a broom with a cat and a hat that was black. So that's the first part of the story. Then remember she loses, and a cat. There's her cat. Then she loses her hat. And who finds the hat? The dog. So I'm going to put my dog next so it's ready to retell. Then she loses her bow. The wind blows her bow off and a bird finds it. Where's my bird? I must have left my bird puppet in. Oh, here's my bird, silly me. There's my bird. And then she loses her wand, and who finds the wand? The frog. And then the broom breaks, and everybody falls, and then the dragon comes. So we have our dragon. Then all the friends pile up together. They make their brew of a new broom, and then they all fly away. So I have my puppets ready, I have my story ready, and I have my setting ready. Your job today is to practice retelling the story. I'm just going to show you a little bit of my story in my words, and this is how it would go. Room on the broom. Once there was a witch who had a cat and a hat that was black. And they went flying on the broom when suddenly the wind blew the witch's hat off and it fell to the ground. So she flew down and looked everywhere for her hat, but she couldn't find it. Soon, a dog showed up from behind a tree. He had her hat. And he said, "I am a dog as smart as can be. Is there room on the broom for a dog like me?" And the witch said, "Yes." So the dog climbed onto the broom, and the witch tapped her broomstick, tap, tap, and whoosh, they were gone. As they were flying, the next thing that happened, and if you can't remember what happened, you can look down here. So I'm gonna look. Oh yeah, she loses her bow. All right, so they're flying through the air when her bow falls off of her braid, down to the ground. She flies down to the ground to look for her bow. She looks everywhere and she can't find it. When out from a tree flies a bird with her bow in its beak. And the bird says, "Hello, I am a bird as cute as can be. Is there room on the broom for a bird like me?" And the witch says, "Yes." So they climb aboard. The witch taps her broomstick, tap, tap, and whoosh, they were gone. Now, I want you to practice telling your story in your words. You can use this poster, this sequencing, to help you. Remember, if you forget what happens next, you can look at the pictures. And remember, you don't have to use the same words as the author. We're going to retell it in our own words.
When you're done practicing your retell and you think you're ready, have mom and dad videotape you retelling Room on a Broom using your characters and setting. We can't wait to see your retell, boys and girls.